Hey everyone, I'm Allison and you're watching Long Island Thrifter. Today I'm in Amityville checking out two thrift stores that are only open on Fridays. Let's go thrifting. Both of these are church thrifts that are volunteer run. So that's why I think they have limited hours. There's not a lot of people volunteering that much anymore. Also, stay to the end of this video because I have some items that were thrift from home that I sold on Facebook Marketplace, and you'll be surprised at how much I sold them for. So stay tuned. The first stop is St. Mary's Church at 175 Broadway in Amityville. Now you park behind the church in the parking lot, and then there's a little sign that says thrift shop. You walk down this way and then down these stairs to the very small thrift shop, which is so adorable. Now this store is open from 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Fridays. Just want to clarify that. They have a lot of clothing in here for a very small space, but I think a lot of people would enjoy checking out what they have. They have some really nice, gently used clothing and shoes. And there's like women's shoes over here, and across the other way, there's some men's shoes that I'll show you shortly. And there's some housewares and collectibles and other fun things like that. I, of course, go directly to the housewares area because I just love this. This was a pretty pattern, but I think it's like made in China. But it was surprising. I did look it up and I found like they sell pretty well, this stoneware. So keep an eye out for it. I was pretty shocked at those prices. This is a cute little snack plate, I guess. You would have the teacup with it. It's Royal Standard, made in England. There were no cups to be found that matched them. There were 4 of them, and they were very pretty. I didn't see any sold comps anywhere. I really thought this cauliflower coffee pot was adorable. Say that 5 times fast. These were cute, but I think those are Royal Noritake or something is made in China as well. And there's the teapot, cauliflower teapot. Those are actually pretty surprising. There's a lot of them for sale, and some that have sold. This I thought was a really pretty Italian-made pitcher. I found a couple for sale for about 20 and another one for 15, but no sold comps on those. So I left that behind. I do love the mango design though. I thought that was pretty. And then I turned around and I saw this bag. Drinks well with others. Yes, I do actually. I enjoyed that. Looked like it still had its tags on, so I think some people are returning their Christmas gifts that they don't want and dropping them off at the thrift stores, which is fabulous. Why not? There's also a lot of sneakers here for those people who are interested in reselling sneakers. There were some interesting things. There's some purses and nothing that I saw that I was interested in. Then in the back room, there's just some books, children's and cookbooks and things like that, but it's a very small section. And then I turned around and I was back in the housewares, which I'd been at before, but of course you find something else new. This is a little tray made in Italy, mid-century kind of piece. I couldn't find any sold comps on it though. And then I went to the artwork. I'm really into artwork lately. I don't know about you, but I love kind of perusing through and see what's, what kind of treasures might be hidden in there. This looks like it was something straight out of the 70s. That is awesome. I didn't recognize or could read the signature, but I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. And then this is just a print of a place, I think it's called St. William's College or St. William's Castle. That's what it is. It's an art print. I found one selling online for $9.85, but no sold comps on that. And yeah, that was the artwork area. My next stop is the Simpson Methodist Church thrift shop at 30 Locust Avenue in Amityville. And again, you park in the back and then you'll go in through the door. It is open from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Fridays. So down the stairs, there's a lot of clothing outside before you get into the shop area. And then really this is the shop. It's a small room. There's a lot of clothing, so come if you are interested in clothing, you'll find it here. And they do have some shoes and backpacks and purses, luggage, things like that. It's small but mighty, I like to say. There's artwork, there's some toys. I, of course, go to the housewares. I have to check everything out. And I saw this beautiful hazel atlas. Yeah, it is Hazel Alice, the Anchor Hawking kind of punch bowl that it didn't have a price on it, but I'm sure it wasn't that expensive. But I had one of those in my inventory for a very long time, and it took me a long time to sell. So I keep perusing through this area to see what kind of treasure I can find. And I make a couple passes around the store. There's definitely a lot to look at on every shelf. And there's even tables in the middle of the store. But this is the whole store from this angle. So it's very small. But I would come here and check it out if I were you, because they do really good work and they have a lot of stuff. They have some fun stuff to look at. I really enjoyed it. This one bowl over here, it's actually missing its cover, but I couldn't pick it up because it was kind of heavy, but it's a Hall Monterey green and gold round casserole dish. I found a couple selling for about $29 and $30, but no sold comps on it. I thought it was a really pretty one though, really nice. And yeah, there's just like a little bit of everything. You just could keep going round and round in circles. This, I'm kind of kicking myself, like maybe I should have gone to buy it. This is an interesting pot. This is like, kind of reminds me of like, I think my mom had a big giant bean pot when we were kids, and it has that look to it. But then when I looked it up, I found a similar one. It's called Stavanger Flint, and it's made in Norway. And this one was selling for $120. I didn't see any sold comps, but the one in the store was a lot bigger. And then there's a Sony DVD CD player too. They do have some electronics here for some people. Like when I turned around, I found this Xbox 360, and they had some games including Halo Reach. I don't know enough about video games or the players and stuff like that, so I left that behind, but I think that's a pretty good price for $60, and it came with some controllers and stuff. I did look it up to find some sold comps, and they ranged anywhere from like 50 up to 125 for the game consoles, and then varying prices for all of the games themselves. But definitely come check it out if you're into, video games and things like that. And of course, films. They do have a whole shelf filled with DVDs for anyone interested in those. And I went back over to the housewares area, and I didn't see this before, but this is an Anchor Hawking Wexford diamond cut butter dish, which I picked up for $2. It was in beautiful condition. And it was surprising to me how many are for sale, but how many have sold as well. So yeah, I picked that up for $2. Then I saw these little army men, which I thought were so cute, and it just reminded me of Ted Lasso, and I can't wait for that show to come back. These actually turned out to be Disney, Toy Story, Burger King army men, but I did not pick those up. Next up, let's thrift from home and show you some of the things that I have sold. Starting with, yes, these couches, the couch and the love seat, which we had for a very long time. The love seat sold for $45 to a man that came for both of them but only wanted the one. And then I sold this couch for $75. So I was really happy with getting rid of those. Next up is my mom's KitchenAid with various attachments and of course the bowl. Sold that for $175 on Facebook Marketplace. There was a ton of people interested. And then this is my mom's desk that sold for $100 also on Marketplace. Thanks for watching, Long Island Thrifter. If you enjoyed this video, I think you might like this one next. Keep on thrifting.